So it was a long thing, long, life of struggle, fighting with the system where architecture is not very much known to the general public, and government side, they don't want to accept us.
You've had a long run in architecture in this part of the country. Okay, how do you see things have changed? I would like you to address on the development side as well as the education side and the type of people that you interact both at the professional level as well as the people you employ.
Well, it's a very long journey. I graduated in '64. Then started my master's in '66. I practiced since '68. So it's pretty long. And well, the things have changed. Quite massively. It's no more. When we graduated, we passed out, or we were in the college. Architecture, the name was not so well known.
Right.
Even my father was not very happy that I chose this architecture instead of mechanical engineering or something like that. But really I enjoyed my life, and I know even our other engineering students, especially our civil engineering friends, they used to call us almost like why don't you do my house's cosmetic surgery? It's only a facade improvement. They used to think us about that.
Right.
Even almost at the point of calling us Sissy. Because even at that time, they were a little jealous of us. Because out of 2,000 students in our BE college, there are 4 or 5 or maybe 6 ladies.
Okay.
And mostly in architecture.
Okay.
And there was no lady in their side.
Okay.
So there was almost so much scarcity, we used to call it a desert. So maybe because of that. Whatever happened when we started, and in the government side, we find still it is a little bit there, it has changed. It was dominated by civil engineering people. Civil engineering, they have got some special subjects like railway, the transport, the structure, and public engineering, like that, with 100 marks. So like in our architecture, we had our structural, we have got 200 marks for 3 years we have to continue. So, but we never consider ourselves as a masters in structural engineering. But in the case of civil engineering, because they have been doing it, and because of the typical British system, whereas before the pre-independence, architects are mostly Britishers, and executions was done by the civil engineers. So it was ruled by them, the construction government, except that your JJ School of Architecture, they generated few Parsis and few other people. It didn't go into the general mass. So that was the story. Though my alma mater, my BE college, is the first graduate in architectural course was introduced. That was in 1949. 54 is the first batch. So about 10 years before my time when I was graduated. So it was a long thing, long life of struggle, fighting with the system where architecture is not very much known to the general public, and government side, they don't want to accept us. So we, like even I survived initially through interior designing. When 68 I started, it was Nakshal period of Bengal.
Right.
The worst period, by which Bengal lost every industry.
Right.
Everybody running out from here, going to Pune or to Ghaziabad or in the Faridabad like that. So there was no architectural job. It was purely interior job, residential interior jobs of rich people. So I survived till 72, 68 to 4 years. 1 or 2 jobs. First job was a Birla Temple at Parashat. Then another small Birla job, a guest house. So that was and few jobs in Kathmandu, except all bungalows. No big job, big thing. During that period, Bombay started that ownership apartments. That was started long, a little.
70s.
I think it's early 60s or maybe late 50s. And then from 72, our first commissions was a few residential ownership apartments. At that time, selling price was 60 rupees to 70 rupees per square foot.
Oh my God.
That was the thing. Our fees was 25,000 or 30,000 for the entire building. And it continued because we are not blessed by Delhi, Ahmedabad. They've been blessed by the coming of Le Corbusier,
Right.
Louis Kahn. Ahmedabad had got that mainly Sarabhai,
Okay, yeah.
Sarabhais,
Right.
who were actually almost, they are the
They pushed
main catalytic agent.
Right.
They brought the international architecture to India.
Right.
Initially through
Yes.
this, because he was friendly with Nehruji,
Right.
and Le Corbusier was brought over there. And then after some time, this Louis Kahn also
Yes.
has been brought. So the wave of architect, it was not even at Mumbai.
True.
Mumbai was also only ownership apartments.
Yes.
Main architect was Delhi
Ahmedabad.
and Ahmedabad. And Kanvinde, Charles Correa, Toshi, all were, these three stalwarts,
Stalwarts.
all being located over there. Even then, next came the Rajwals and other people. So we were, Eastern Zone was totally left out.
Right.
And CPM government was, Bengal was CPM government, and Delhi was Congress. So they were,
The clash was
the clash was there. So no government, central government project in Calcutta. Why Calcutta in Bengal? Even whole of East.
Eastern region.
East was totally neglected.
Yes.
Far East. I think they never considered that. And when I went to Mizoram or the Meghalaya, they consider themselves as a foreigner.
Right.
They don't consider
Yeah,
themselves
absolutely.
as Indian
Indians.
because of our own treatment
Right.
to them. So we survived their office only because of this paltry amount, only ownership apartments, and it was there was no guru. What happens when you want to do work? You have somebody who has done a good job. You follow it. You
Right.
follow Le Corbusier
Yeah.
and their influence
Yes.
on Doshi's
Yes.
work,
Right.
or Kanvinde or even Charles Correa, who had been taught outside. They have got that ambience.
Right.
And like I graduated 64, till 83, I never went outside India.
Okay.
There was no exposure,
Okay.
and not even to Delhi much. So only I stayed here. So whatever I have developed is through my little bit of gift of God and little bit of seeing in the.
Understand.
And during those days, there wasn't any magazine as such.
True.
We have to have only American magazines,
Right.
records,
Yes.
and architectural reviews. So that was the only exposure. So it was a long fight, and then the neglect from the government bodies, PWDs, other people. So they don't consider architect. They are almost enemies.
Necessity.
They
Absolutely.
consider also almost enemies like that.
Right.
So in this environment we survived. I was wondering what's to be done. So then I started joining the competitions. There was not too many competitions, but around end of 70s, I started joining competitions. Won a few. through which that little change of thing was there. And then I remember Architects and Builders. That journal came over, and architecture, and there's what the other
Design
one?
A plus D, right?
A plus D.
Right.
These
Design.
two were the A plus D was little senior,
Yeah.
then Architects and Builders. And then some of our work was, because they want to see what is happening in the East, some recognition came since then. And slowly, at the end of 90s, and our Indian Institute of Architects, we revived it. It was a dead year. In the mid 80s, we started doing it. Little liaison and little bit aggressiveness. What I have done even in my college days, though, because architects were a little bit sidetracked. So like whenever there's a college reunion, so you have to have exhibitions, you have to make, we went to push ourselves into making the structures of hyperbolic, paraboloid, this, that, or goes into the sports. So you have to push ourselves, make ourselves that we are also
visible.
quite macho, if not quite a macho people, not to be neglected. That aggressiveness I had in my life, in wherever I've done, where I've done work. And then I started slowly going into the government sector, became a member of few clubs, whereby I became acquainted with number of lawyers, doctors, influential people, and the elite society circle. Who knows your name? You can recommend that.
Right.
It helps. And I brought other friends also, having parties, meeting them. And in late 90s and early to this century, the situation was such, for any government project, even the Chief Minister, I was quite known to him lately, Buddhadev Bhattacharya. And other ministers, Mr. Dulalda, I was Dulalda to everybody. So they used to call me, why don't you, let's discuss about this project. I am not going to do that project, but sometimes they used to call me and do the needful. In that Indian Institute of Architects, I was a chairman for a number of years over there. That pedestal helped also. That pedestal is very important.
Yes.
So it helped, meeting them helped also, then doing one job or two jobs free of charge. So like there's a theatre called Minerva Theatre. It was there is basically the history of Bengal, your theatre world. Long, about 200 years old. Building was gutted down. So they want to revamp it, to restore it, reuse it. So I said, okay, I will do it. So paisa debo na. Paisa nahi. I'll take it. It's okay. So but I did it in a different way. I made first a team who will go to the research work. So there was a lady. So she was from ex-press people.
Okay.
Oh, she has got that affinity for research work through newspaper library, Anandabazar. So after she did it, I will make a movie out of it.
Okay.
So then I made a small documentary movie, and gave it to a film wala. There are I called my different friends. Incidentally, Soumitra Chatterjee is my other friend.
Okay.
From my college days, before we college.
Okay.
So through him, I also have a contact over there. So then that film was made, and then I had some seminars, interactive sessions with the theatre people, over all famous names, famous and important people. Twice we were there, and then I went to London to do research work on different theatres. I stayed there of my own car, went there and came back, and I reported to the theatre people, this is what is my observations, right from Globe Theatre to all the theatres. So this was a passion. So there was a great passion to do something. Whatever I do, I must do it.
Really well.
I really means I should go down deep into the matter. When I did something in Shantiniketan, it has to. I know Shantiniketan, you can't paint it with your acrylic emulsion. It has to be plain lime wash. Budget is low, and that is and there the nature is very strong. So I mean, in that way, so things went off. There are a lot of unbuilt work is there, lot of good designs and unbuilt work. But slowly, atmosphere now, after all this, presently I think we have got a good hold socially. We are fully accepted, the architects. Only accepted. We have got and it has been accepted. We made them understood that it is a teamwork. We are the leader only. Leader in the sense to coordinate all the, like in surgery. The surgeon may be the leader, but he needs help of so many, all the things. So here we have got that. We have got MEP consultant, facility consultant, landscape consultant, illumination consultant, structural, steel consultant, structural, like that, you know.
Right.
So we have been accepted now. So there is no problem in that. And my a lot of my people working in my office, they are now all established. They have farms, big farm, good farms. They are running. I mean, out of maximum practicing, I think main persons are going for my office. It's a training center. It's a training center, and it's lovely. I mean, to be like that. And my students are doing great.
You have come from a certain stage when architecture, like the word was also not recognized. And today there being absolutely almost no entry barrier into the field. And there are like some 479 colleges of architecture in our country. Do you feel that it is two extremes, like today maybe? Do you think we need an entry barrier somewhere, that maybe the quality of education to kind of maintain that? And what would be your recommendation to do that, if at all?
I think there is this education has become, a business. In every field, schools or vocational or this, that, and I think I heard that in number of schools they can't fill up the students, because I've been to jury member number of places.
Yes.
And even from AICT, council, jury member. So I've said the main problem is where you get the faculty. And during early days, if the best students, they go for higher education, they go out during our tenure, or even now also, they go for that thing, or they'll go for some better service, because a teacher's salary was not great till I think 70s, 80s or 90s, till 90s. And the teachers were the worst of the lot, worst of the students. They used to go over there. But now that things have changed, now the salary is very good. But even then, there's a dearth of teachers, faculties. So they are making all gimmicks. Most of these schools, they're opening it big houses with curtain glazed, curtain wall, this, that, what not. Especially down south of India. AC classroom, these are
like a 5-star resort.
But you see, it doesn't happen that way. For an architect, must be there is some inspiration, some talent by your natural gift, and it should be there. But again, now architecture doesn't mean always a designer. You can be a construction management, you can be a restoration architect, you can be a landscape architect. So those things were not there before. Nowadays, but that also in a master's level. At a master's level, you are only SPA and CEPT. Other schools they are masters, they simply do it planning, which is useless.
Right.
In the real field, you doesn't have any demand also of that. So too many schools, you have lost quality. Because you don't need a bunch of architects. one architect can, that much of work is not there. So there is a lack of that. And then computer, I don't know computer. I'm still with this. But doesn't matter. But everybody, computer has got big benefit, big boon. Without that you can't run the show. But computers made it also, we call it, cut and paste.
Yeah, you can't think with a computer.
And then who is not a good designer, he will do that thing.
Yes.
You pick it up and so there is a little problem on that quality part of it. Quality designer. Everybody is not a designer. It cannot be. It is not possible. Out of 40 classroom members or 20, 2 or 3 or 4. Balance are for other subjects. Other activities. They may be very good in mechanical. They could have been. But they have been forced into that. So I think this too much of colleges is a typical business thing. It's not any good wishes. I mean, that college should come.
Besides the quality of the teachers, do you also feel that the whole curriculum needs to be a little revamped at this point?
Naturally, it's again the same old system continued.
Yes.
It must be totally, it must be free, more where your imaginations, and then after, say, 1 year or 2 years, you drift into your other streams. Don't force anybody to go through the whole crunch after 5 years.